Insights. This is not financial advice. In today's video, we're going to be talking about HODL, ticker symbol HUT, in continuation with our Bitcoin mining stock series. We're going to be taking a look at their financials, taking a look at some of the statements put out by their CEO, looking at the company as a whole, and just making an opinion based on the information. Biggest deals we're going to see is this company healthy enough to make it past, through the bear market to the next Bitcoin halving. So the balance sheet, the financial statements, those are also going to be looked at today. So if you're interested in this video, stick along for the whole video. Like this video if you like this video. It does help me out. It does help out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here, as I do talk about stock. I talk about crypto. So if you're interested in those topics, hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. As we transition here to the stock chart for HODL, we can see here all the way back in November 2021, they hit their all-time high of about $16.55. Fast forward to today, Bitcoin is down from $69,000 down to about $17,000, and we see HODL took a dive of 94% from the highs of $16.55 down to about $1 today, or 98 cents. I think it is about $1. So that's a 94% decrease. And it is explained, they are a Bitcoin mining company, so when the value of Bitcoin goes down, so does the value of this company, as they do hold it as an asset on their balance sheet. Okay, so just some notables with HODL. So one thing here, they are number one as it comes to holder of self-mined Bitcoin in North America. So we're going to get more into that. As we see here, we talked about 3 companies so far: Core Scientific, Bitfarms, and now HODL. So with Core Scientific, they were number one in terms of Bitcoin mined per day and per month. So we looked at Bitfarms, they were number one as far as cost to mine a Bitcoin. So they're down to 9,400. That's how much it cost them to mine one Bitcoin, which is a market leader. But we see with HODL, they are number one in terms of how much Bitcoin that they hold on their balance sheet. So I think that's interesting that each of these companies have something unique to the companies. So yeah, I did find that interesting. With HODL, they are the first Canadian data mining company on the NASDAQ. So that is, a good achievement for them. But this last point is pretty cool. They have a proven track record. They successfully navigated both a bull and bear market for Bitcoin in the market cycles. So HODL was established in October of 2017, which means that they went through a full bear market, okay, from 2018 to 2022. In between there was a full bear market that HODL did survive. So that is something that is very, very good for HODL, something that you should keep an eye on. They're not a new company, they're an established company that's been around for a while. Okay, just moving forward, they have high performance. So this is their business model. Okay, let me explain it first. This is the 3 things that they do to generate income or to add to their digital assets balance sheet. Okay, they have high performance computing, building a foundation through cutting edge high performance computing infrastructure. They mine Bitcoin, digital assets mining, growing the digital asset ecosystem as one of North America's most experienced and largest Bitcoin miners. And they also have a Bitcoin miner, or not Bitcoin, but just a miner repair business, okay, supporting the Bitcoin mining community with certified miner repair across North America and Northern Europe. So this is their business model. And as we take a look here, we can see that, they're in Canada. These are their 10 locations. They have 3 mining facilities. They have 5 data centers / Web3 / gaming facilities throughout Canada. And they also have 1 repair center, but their repairs with their HQ, their headquarters, being in Toronto, Canada. As we take a look here, so these are the 3 mining facilities: Medicine Hat, Alberta, Drumheller, Alberta, and North Bay, Ontario. which we're gonna get into some news through a press release for North Bay. Okay, so this is just some of their production highlights for November 2022. They generated or mined 238 Bitcoin, and so they're mining approximately 7.9 Bitcoin per day. So they are the lowest that we're seeing so far. Out of the three companies, they are the lowest at 7.9 Bitcoin per day. They're keeping with their long-standing HODL strategy. 100% of the self-mined Bitcoin in November were deposited into custody. So that is a huge point. They are HODLers, which means that they are not selling any Bitcoin. They're holding 100% of it. Probably waiting for the next halving, who knows, but I think that is very interesting. The total Bitcoin balance held in reserves as of November 30th is 8,925. Wow, so that is a huge number. We've seen with Core Scientific, they had less than 100 on their balance sheet. Bitfarms had somewhere in a range of 16 to 1700, and we see the stark difference here with HOT8 as they hold 8,925. So I think that is very awesome. They are strong hodlers. They installed ASICs, improved their hash rate to 3.27 exahash, of which 2.44 exahash was available for operations following the suspension of mining activities at the North Bay mining facilities. Again, we're going to get more into that. Okay, that's a big deal. We see that huge disparity in exahash, and that North Bay facility being down, that is a huge thing. So yeah, we definitely got to take a look at that. And we see they added some more What's miners in Medicine Hat. So they are scaling up their facilities. They did take a hit with this North Bay mining facility, like again we're going to take a look at, but this is just a message from the CEO down here. Installing 2,000 new miners in Medicine Hat has increased efficiencies and enhanced our hash rate capacity. At the same time, thanks to our balance sheet first approach, we are able to continue to hodl everything we mine, growing what continues to be the largest self-mined unencumbered, that's such a huge deal, Bitcoin stack of any publicly traded company. Okay, so next up we're going to take a look at the HOT8. This is unaudited, but this is their financial statements as of September 30th. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this, see some of the ups and downs. Not really a lot of downs here. As we see here, the current assets that they hold are 265,923 on their balance sheet. Okay, of which 223 million is in this digital assets category, which is the Bitcoin that they mine. So that is the 8,925. Well, this is of September, so it was a little bit less at this time, but this is 100% of the Bitcoin that they mine. They hold they hold it on their balance sheet, and it improves their balance sheet and makes it look real strong. Okay, so this is in the current assets field, which again is described as being both the cash on hand and any assets that they can make liquid within a 12-month time frame. So we're going to look at the converse of that. We're going to look at the current liabilities, and we see that it is very low here. Current liabilities at 27 million. Okay, we see their total liabilities are only at 67 million. So picture this, their current assets to their total liabilities is a 4-to-1. This is a look of a very healthy balance sheet. But if we look at just the current liabilities, it's almost a 10-to-1. 10-to-1 for assets to current liabilities, or current assets to current liabilities. So this is fantastic. This is exactly what you want to see when you look at a balance sheet. Again, this is unaudited, but I don't think there's going to be a huge variance here. This is awesome. This is huge here. Now, one thing that I did want to kind of laser focus on, being that their balance sheet consists of it's a huge portion of Bitcoin. So obviously we got to know what are they doing with that. Do they hold it themselves? Are they lending it out? What is going on with their Bitcoin? So I highlighted this point here, 12A, the digital assets, and this would have you believe that some of their Bitcoin that they have lended out, to some of these platforms, and what in the wake of FTX and all these other things that's going on, this would have you believe that some of their assets are at risk. But I do have it on good word, from, I believe it's Ennis, or one of the people behind HODL. I did see a video with her and she stated, and she made it known that they do self-custody of 100% of their Bitcoin now. They're not lending it out in the wake of Three Arrows Capital, Luna. I think they said all the way back from the Luna collapse, even before then, they stopped lending out their crypto because they didn't want any problems to happen. Okay, so they started self-custodying it in cold storage, so they can see it every day, so they know exactly what they have. So I think that that is a big point that I want to make known. They hold their Bitcoin. All right, and this is just one of the statements they put out after they released their third quarter results. So throughout the quarter, we remain laser focused on optimizing our operations across both mining and high performance computing, while continuing to grow our high performance computing capabilities and track new blockchain customers. With the largest self-mined unencumbered Bitcoin stack of any publicly traded company, we continue to mine at modest cost despite fluctuating power prices, increasing network difficulty, sustained pressure on the price of Bitcoin. So I thought this statement was a huge deal. This was by the CEO, Jamie Leverton. I got her picture probably floating around somewhere, but I thought this was a huge deal. They're stating that they're not focused on upping their exahash as these other companies are doing, but they're more focused on maintaining and making sure that they're able to stay afloat in these unsure market environment. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Bitcoin could take a deep dive, or it could shoot up. We have no clue. So with that being known, we see that HODL is preparing for the worst, but they also have assets on hand that if the best case scenario happened, that they will look very, very good. Okay, and these two other things I want to bring up real quick. So this first point here in this first paragraph, on September 15th, we know that Ethereum switched from proof of work to proof of stake. HODL was mining Ethereum, so they're no longer able to do that. They had a bunch of GPUs, I believe NVIDIA GPUs, a bunch of them. So, the thought was, what are you going to be doing with those GPUs? So in this, brief paragraph here, they stated that they're going to be redeploying those GPUs within their high performance computing side, their business. Okay, which makes sense. They can't mine anymore with it, but you do have this high performance computing side business, or other side of the business. So you can just deploy the GPUs to that side and keep operations as is. All right, and then this next paragraph here, these next two paragraphs, this is regarding their North Bay facility in Ontario, Canada. Okay, they had an issue with power supply company Validus, and HODL initiated this whole deal by delivering a notice of default to Validus. In response, Validus demanded that HODL make payments for delivery of energy that they've already made, and because of that, there was a dispute, and now HODL is pursuing mediation between the company, because that's something that they agreed upon contractually. If they had these type of issues, that they would seek mediation. It does sound like they are actively seeking mediation, and with that they do feel positively regarding the results. But as of right now, as of right this second, this is exahash that is not being used. This is exahash that's just sitting on the sideline waiting to be deployed again to get their North Bay facility up to 100%. So this is something to just take a look at. It doesn't look like it's going to be life ending for the company at all because of their strong balance sheet, but we want to see improvements. So if they are able to get through this mediation and it'd be positive, they're able to get the North Bay facility running at 100% again, this will be bullish for HODL for the short term and for the long term, being that they're hodling all their Bitcoin. You want to get that exahash running so you can have more Bitcoin to HODL when the time comes. So that's the video for you guys. What do you guys think? Are you invested in HUD-8? Are you interested in the company? Did you even know that it was a company? I believe, if you are into Bitcoin mining, you would have known, being that they were the first Canadian company to hit the NASDAQ, but probably not, so hopefully if this is your first introduction to it, you're welcome there. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you got some value through it, this entertaining video, and I'll catch you in the next one.